Hello and welcome to the 73rd episode of the Sock Bunny Knit and Fit video podcast. My name is Kimberly, also known as Sock Bunny. Today is Friday, February 15th, 2013. I am recording in sunny Florida in the United States of America. Thank you so much for joining me today. A big welcome to any new viewers, and thank you for coming back if you're a returning viewer. I am Sock Bunny pretty much everywhere on the internet. Ravelry, Plurk, Instagram, Google+, Twitter, iTunes, YouTube, and Blip.tv. My show notes are off to the side, so that's why you will see me glancing to the side. Um, the lighting is fading in and out. It's late afternoon, so I apologize if the light keeps changing. It's very sunny out, but there are some clouds. So let's see. I do have an Etsy shop where I sell yarn and fiber that I have hand dyed, and that shop is at sockbunnystudios.etsy.com. I'll be showing the shop update at the end of the podcast if you're interested. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, and it was Rachel, our daughter's 19th birthday. So I officially have a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old, and I cannot believe that I can say that. I know, I only look 25, so seriously. So anyway, she had a good birthday. She and I did get into an argument early on in the day, but despite that, she had a good birthday. She did go to a church event last night, and they threw a little mini birthday party for her, so that made her happy. So, and I was talking to a friend earlier today, and I told him that Rachel and I had argued yesterday, and he said that that was us reenacting the day of her birth when she caused me so much pain. I thought that was very insightful. um, I did want to say thank you. We did get two more iTunes reviews. As I had mentioned a couple of weeks ago, since February is my birthday month, I was asking for people to give me iTunes reviews. So I did get two more reviews, and I want to say thank you to S1234S and Leslie45. Sorry if I'm saying those wrong. I thank you very much for those. And also, a few people left some star ratings. And I can't see other countries. So if you left me a review and you're in a country other than the United States, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Um, let's see. Uh, oh, big news. Okay, last week I had shown that I drew a picture of my bunny John John, and it was going to be my logo. In fact, I still have the picture here. This is my new logo for the podcast and for the Etsy shop, and this is a portrait of my stuffed bunny John John. If you're a new viewer, I have a stuffed bunny who I've had since I was little, and he's sort of the mascot of the show. So I took this and digitalized it on the computer, and I had buttons made up. And so my new podcast button is going to look like this. Oh, that focused really well. Sock Bunny Knit and Fit video podcast. Is that adorable? I think I did a good job, if I may say so myself. I'm super excited about it. I got these. I know I jumped the gun, but I got these specifically to give out at Stitches South in Atlanta in April because I'm going. It's gonna be my first big knitting event. I've gone to one small spinning event that had like 5 vendors and that was it. So this is going to be my first big knitting event. I'm super excited. Heather WB is going to go with me. We're going to go on a road trip. One of my older daughter Sarah's classmates' mom lives in Atlanta and offered to let us stay with her. So I'm super excited, first of all, to even get to see her again, but also to get to go to the knitting event. And her daughter April is one of my daughter Sarah's really good friends. So, and she knits, so the mom sort of understands the knitting craziness that is. So I'm super excited about that, and I'm excited that Heather is going to get to go with me. So these I'm going to try to reserve for Stitches unless I run out of my other ones. I do still have some of my other podcast buttons that I'm still putting in orders and stuff, which is this little tiny one. I did go up in size, as you can see. A little bit different there. Um, So I'm super excited about that. And I ordered new business cards, which will be here probably in the next couple of weeks, and it has the same logo on there. I'm very, very excited. I was gonna order a T-shirt with the new logo on there to wear to different events, but then I was thinking, what if it's a 2-day event? I don't want to wear the same shirt more than once. So I was thinking that instead I'm gonna order a tote bag with the logo on there and carry the tote bag around. That way people will recognize me from that. So I'm super, 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 super excited. Can you tell? Let's see. I think that's all I want to say about that. It is Lent for me and any of my Christian friends here in the United States and around the world. Different Christian people celebrate Lent in different ways. I am a Catholic, Roman Catholic, so we started Lent on Ash Wednesday, which was this past Wednesday. And I every year for Lent, I like to give things up, but also add things in. So this year, this is what my goals are. And of course, I won't be perfect, but you just got to try your best. So I am first not drinking any soda during Lent. As I mentioned last week, Sundays in our church is not considered to be part of Lent. The reason for that, because some people have asked me, the reason for that is that because Sunday is considered a mini Easter, which is a celebration, and you can't have Lent, which is a time of fasting, during Easter. So Sundays are not considered to be part of Lent in our church. So no sodas unless I want to have one on Sundays, which I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do that. I was going to try to work out an hour a day, but that's just not feasible. So I am going to say I want to work out at least half an hour a day. So no soda, work out for at least 30 minutes each day. Only 3 podcasts a day, which is really hard because I probably watch 5, 6, 7 podcasts a day on an average day. So only 3 podcasts a day, really hard. And also go to daily mass and pray the rosary daily because I used to be really in the habit of doing both of those and I got out of it and I want to get back in. So those are my plans for Lent. Um, the no soda thing, I will probably lose about 5 pounds just from that because every time I've given up soda for Lent, I have lost weight. I also am still doing spinning class for my fitness, and today I restarted the Couch to 5K training program. I had started it last year, probably around this time, I think last year, and you might remember if you've been watching for a long time. I had an episode called Running Through Fire where I want to do one of those obstacle course races, and I still want to do that. So I had started training, and then I developed plantar fasciitis in my left foot, and I got to where I couldn't even walk. So I have, stopped doing that. And I've been doing the spin class instead of doing walking and running, and it hasn't bothered me actually since the summer. So I today started running again, and we will see how that goes. I'm really, really hoping that the plantar fasciitis does not come back because that's something that I really, really want to do. The word of the day is really. um, so yes, I started the Couch to 5K again, and we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys updated. And another thing regarding health and fitness is I did yesterday on Valentine's Day, I signed up for Weight Watchers online. I was going to go to meetings, but it's actually more. It costs more. From what I could tell, it costs more. And also I would have to spend my gas to get there and all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty self motivated when it comes to stuff like that. The reason I went ahead and signed up for Weight Watchers is because I am really bad about tracking my food. I know there are a lot of free apps and websites. Sparkpeople.com, you can track your food for free. There are tons of apps for the phone. I've tried them all. And I think I will be more likely to stick with it with Weight Watchers because I'm paying for it. And it's like $18 or $19 a month, which is pretty steep, I think. So if I'm paying that much, I want to get my money's worth out of it. So I did sign up for 3 months. At the end of 3 months, I will reevaluate and see where we are. So if I've made really great progress, I'll keep up with it. If not, then I'll go ahead and drop it. So we'll see how things go. So enough talk about that kind of crazy stuff. What are we going to talk about today? Today's topics are charity, fitness, finished objects, works in progress, knit and crochet alongs, stash enhancement, tips and tricks, favorite things, and what I am watching and reading. So let's talk about charity. I had mentioned before that my focus for charity this year is going to be hats. So I do want to do some crochet hats because I can crochet way faster than I can knit. And also, I think crochet looks really pretty sometimes, especially for hats. So I wanted to donate some hats, at least 3 hats to Halos of Hope. And it's a group on Ravelry that you can find else. Also, you can Google Halos of Hope. But they have a website and they have links to some hat patterns. And there was one hat pattern which is also on Ravelry, and so I crocheted this hat, and it's supposed to be a child size, which I think it is. Um, but I think Halos of Hope, they collect hats for ages 5 to 21, so pretty much any size I do is going to be okay. So this is a crocheted hat, and it's made out of Red Heart Shimmer, which is an acrylic washable yarn, and this is what I have left. This was a ball that I had already started using, so I would estimate you probably could get 3 or 4 hats of this hat from one of these balls. I used a size H hook, and the pattern is Shells and Trellis Cap by Pam, and her last name is Haschke, or you can find it also linked in my projects in Ravelry. So this hat maybe took me not even 2 hours, and I think that's really good. And it was very simple. I would say an experienced beginner crocheter could definitely do this hat. Um, Super easy, the pattern was very well written. So I'm very happy with it, and I will be making a bunch more of these. I haven't even tried it on, actually. I don't think it's going to fit. Oh, yeah, maybe. Okay, obviously this is a kid's hat, but there you go. Okay, so that is my charity focus right now. Like I said, I want to get at least 3 hats done. I'm going to try to do a couple more hats this week and get those out. And then the rest of the hats that I do this year, unless some other thing comes up, will be going to a local homeless shelter called Pinellas Hope. And I'll be having a fundraiser, a hat drive, whatever you want to call it, for them in the fall. Let's see. Our fitness along is going really well. I am super excited to see all the posts. Every month in our Sock Bunny Ravelry group, we have a fitness along. What that means is any day that you work out at least 30 consecutive minutes, you can post each day, post each day in the separate entry in the thread, and at the beginning of the following month I will draw a winner, and that winner will get to choose either a $5 pattern or a hand-dyed yarn or fiber that I dye in up to 3 colors, or you could pick something out that is already in the Etsy shop. So let's see. Oh, and we are also now every month going to have a fitness poster contest, and I'm not going to go into the explanation of that. If you're interested in being motivated by a fitness poster, go to the Ravelry group and the explanation is there. And I'm super excited to see how many people are doing that. Let's see. The winner for the January fitness poster contest is Yvonne, and her online name is YVHIHA, and she sent me a note and said since February is also her birthday month, she wants to donate a $5 US dollar giftable pattern for the February fitness poster winner. So when I draw the winner in March, she will actually be gifting the winner a $5 or less pattern. So thank you, Yvonne, very, very much, and happy birthday. Let's see. Okay, I think that's it for fitness. Finished objects, the only finished object I have is the hat that I just showed you. I've done a lot of knitting this week, but I can't show it to you. Some of it I don't want to show you, and you'll hear why. One of the things I can't really show you because it's a design that I'm doing. I am still working on my, let me get it out of here real quick. Oops, it got snagged on my journal. How do you do that? Seriously. Okay. So I'm designing a pattern called the Bee Leaf Half Pie Shawl, Beeleaf, Bee Leaf, and this is the yarn that I'm using. It's some yarn that I dyed. It's not quite this yellow in real life. There, that's more accurate when the light changed there. And this is what it looks like. Can't show it to you. I am 100 rows in. I have a test knitter lined up. Sarah, who is Apple Blossom SF on the Apple Blossom and You podcast, is going to test knit it for me. I sent her some yarn, so she is going to test knit that as soon as I'm going to go ahead and write. I think I'm going to, Sarah, you don't know this, but I think I'm going to go ahead and write up the first 100 lines of the pattern and send that to her and let her get started on it. So I'm super excited about it. I think it's turning out really pretty, if I may say so myself. And it is going to be a paid for pattern, but I have a super exciting idea of how I'm going to do the launch of the pattern. So stay tuned. Hopefully, in the next few weeks, really, maybe I would say another 4 weeks at the most. But I would really like to have this done by the end of February. But I'm not going to stress myself out about it. But that's been my primary focus. And in fact, since I've focused on that so much, I did not work on my sexy librarian sweater or anything else. I did work on my sci-fi knit along, which is going now until March 15th. We're having a sci-fi knit along. It could be really sci-fi or fantasy or any of those things, superheroes, stuff like that. Any pattern or any yarn that you want, but just let me know what your sci-fi link is when you post it. I was taking 4 dishcloth patterns that are Doctor Who themed, and I was going to knit them in Red Heart Super Saver and turn them into a pillow. No, I hate that yarn. I hate that yarn. It is horrible. I dread working on it. So, what I'm going to do is get a different yarn and start over. So, I don't have that to show you, but I will next week. And I think if I have a different yarn, I'll be way more motivated to work on it. And life is too short to work with yarn you don't like. And it's not the fact that it's acrylic, because there are a lot of acrylics out there that I really like. But that one, and this is an older one that somebody had in their stash, and it's probably like 10, 15 years old. And who knows if the technology has gotten better or whatever, but it's just really bad yarn. So I'm going to hang on to it until somebody says they need it for whatever, but I hate it. So I'm not going to knit a pillow for myself out of something that I hate. So there you go. Nothing to show for that. Let's see. Oh, I did work on the socks for Mrs. W, as I'm calling them. One of my daughter's former classmates' mom, who has 11 kids. I'm knitting socks for her. So, and yes, I know I still need to work on the Steeler socks, but I'm just way more motivated to work on these because, woo, look at that. Okay, they're not this bright in real life. They are showing up way, way more bright. They're not this bright in real life. But this yarn is some that I dyed. This is called the colorway called 80s Fashion 2, and it is made out of yarn that will glow under a black light. So let's see if I can show you the ball. No, it's not this neon, I promise. There, that's better. It's actually pretty in real life, but although I would not mind knitting with neon orange yarn, I do love the color orange. So that is a rib. Oh, that's a rib from the Sensational Knitted Socks book by Charlene Church. I always have to stop before I say her name. And I had started a different rib, and I got about this far along, and I hated how it looked, so I ripped all the way back to the ribbing and then re-knit this part. So I'm probably about 20 rows past the ribbing. And I really, really like these socks. So this, especially yesterday when it was all rainy and gloomy, that's what I wanted to work on, because it was bright and sort of cheery. So that's it for the knitting. I apologize that there's so little of it, but we are, this week's a different week, and hopefully I'll have more to show. And next week I do plan on podcasting on Wednesday. Okay, upcoming knit-alongs, crochet-alongs, and events. I was contacted by one of the hostesses of the Pen, Hook, and Needle podcast and asked to let you guys know that they're having a knit-along called It's Okay to Be Different, and it's running February 15th through April 30th. And you can knit any project using at least 3 really bright colors. So if you're interested in that, and I love bright colors, but I'm not going to participate because I have so much else going on. But if you are interested in that, go over to the Ravelry group called Pen, Hook, and Needle and join in. And like I said, it starts today, the 15th, and runs through April 30th. I am hosting a swap for Easter, and I am taking names through the 21st, which is next Thursday. And I think we have, including me, I think we have 10 people signed up. And then next Friday, the 22nd, I will be assigning partners. It is not going to be a secret swap. You are going to know who you have and also who has you. You just need to knit one item, knit or crochet, one item that is Easter related. I am going to match people up that have religious versus non-religious preferences as far as what they want to make and receive. And you need to have the item to them by March 31st, which is Easter. That's the goal. Try really, really hard to get the item to them before Easter so they can enjoy it for Easter. Speaking of Easter, this is a tangent, but I have to tell you, I have super, super exciting news. The Sunday after Easter is known as Divine Mercy Sunday. And it was something that was started by my patron saint, who is Saint Faustina. And there is a Divine Mercy Shrine up in Massachusetts. It's in Stockbridge, Massachusetts. And my older daughter, Sarah, as you might remember, goes to school in Rhode Island. Well, the choir at her school, at her college, is pretty famous. They're awesome. I mean, the singing will bring tears to your eyes. They sing so beautifully. So last year, on Divine Mercy Sunday, her choir at her school sang at Divine Mercy Sunday. And if you've been watching a while, you might remember that I did see Sarah in the crowd. She wasn't in the choir last year. She was actually holding an umbrella for a priest who was giving out communion. She was holding an umbrella so he wouldn't like overheat from the sun. So I was super excited just to even get to see her on TV. Well, this year she's in the choir and they are singing again this year. So I get to see Sarah on TV, international TV, EWTN. It's a Catholic television station. It's going to be April 7th because it's the Sunday after Easter. I am beyond excited. I so wish that I could afford to fly up there and go. And if I hadn't just gone in December, I would be there in a heartbeat. So maybe next year, if they sing again next year. And the funny thing is that even though this shrine is based on something started by my saint, I haven't been there, but my daughters have, which is totally unfair. So I'm super, super, super excited. And I'll remind you guys when it gets closer in case you want to watch it. But I'll probably sit there and cry. Tears of happiness, but I'll probably cry. I'm almost crying now just thinking about it. So anyway, um, let's see. Okay, so that's the Easter swap, and then from mid-March, March 16th to the end of May, we are going to have a knit and crochet along with anything hand spun. It could be your hand spun or hand spun that you got from somebody else. So I'm really super excited about that. I'm super excited. I think I'm hyper. And I haven't had Coke in days. So what is going on? And I only had a little bit of coffee this morning. I think this is just, I think it might be post running, still hyperness. I don't know. And I did go to spin class last night. I did 18 miles. But the reason I was smiling is because the instructor is really cute. We got a new instructor. Yeah. I hope he never sees this because I'll be really embarrassed. Anyway, so calm down. All right. Stash enhancement. First thing in stash enhancement. This was a total surprise. I got a package from my friend Heather WB, and she lives just a couple hours north of me, near Ocala, and I got a package from her, and I'm like, I just saw her, like the previous Saturday, so I was like, why is she sending me a package? Well, it was a total surprise, and it just made me smile. I had mentioned on an earlier podcast how much I love a particular rainbow colored yarn, and I had said that I wish I had like a dozen skeins of this yarn so I could make a blanket out of it. Well, she sent me 2 skeins. Oh my gosh, this is not as neon as it looks on there either, I promise. I wish it was though. But Heather WB, thank you so much. She sent me 2 skeins of this so I could start my crazy rainbow blanket. So I just need to figure out which pattern I want to use. I'm probably gonna crochet it. But she sent a cute little card. Here it is, and the card really made me smile. It says, "Don't think of this gift as being late, but an extension of your birthday celebration. I want you to use this gift and start the loudest, most obnoxious, happiest Afghan on the planet because you need lots of happy right now. Next time you're feeling depressed or just mad, pick up your happy Afghan and work on it." Thank you, Heather. I'm going to be starting that super, super soon, like maybe this week, as soon as I decide what I'm going to do. So thank you, Heather. I just am loving that so, so much. So I also, on D-Stash, got something for an upcoming sweater. This is Barocco Comfort DK, and it's a little bit more reddish purple than what you're seeing there. This is 50% superfine nylon and 50% superfine acrylic. So this is going to be a sweater. I have 6 skeins of this. I have a couple of sweaters in mind, but I don't want to say right now for sure which one, but this might be the next sweater that I cast on. I still want to do the Bacardi that Tina had sent me the yarn for, but I might wait and do that later since it's going to be a warmer sweater, and that Barocco DK I'm probably going to use for a short sleeved sweater. So we'll see though. I was also gifted a pattern by Apple Blossom SF, who is Sarah from the Apple Blossom and You podcast. I won her monthly finished object prize, and I won a pattern that I didn't print out. It's called Anya. It's from Lisa Gutierrez Designs, and it's actually a circular blanket that is crocheted, and it looks like a gigantic doily. So I am super excited about that. I think I'm going to make that for my mother-in-law because my father-in-law passed away in December, so I would like to make her something to send her, just as a comfort. I was going to make her a shawl, but I really don't think that she would wear a shawl. She's not a shawl kind of person. So, and I also received a package from an anonymous person who does not want to be named. I know who this person is, so thank you very much, and you know who you are. This person, he or she, sent me a cute little birthday present, not belated, but birthday present. And they first sent some stickers, and I'm going to use these on my fitness poster. I've been using smileys, but I'm going to use these stickers in addition to the smileys. And then she took a card that had sock monkeys on it and drew bunny ears on there, which I think is hysterical. And she also sent me a pink pencil and an awesome felted notions bag from Frabjous Fibers. And I love, love, love this. It's got this cute little felted ball as the zipper pull. And inside, some goodies. A sample of a Lola bar, which smells really good. And a pink marker, Sharpie. And also a cute little notepad. Adorable. So thank you very much, anonymous donor. I really appreciate it. I had a pretty rough week this week, so I'm in a much, much, much better mood now, but these things came at a really good time because I definitely needed them. So thank you guys for thinking about me. Tips and tricks. I don't really have one this week. I couldn't think of anything. I've been sitting. I sat for like half an hour before I started the podcast, and I was trying to think of something and couldn't think of anything. What I think I'm gonna do is open a thread in the Ravelry group where you guys can post tips and tricks. And they don't have to be knitting related. They could be just something exciting that you learned about that has helped you or whatever. And I will randomly pick those and use those on future episodes. So I will open that thread probably before you even see this. It'll probably be up. So I apologize for not having a tip or trick. Favorite things. My favorite thing this week is Sleepy Time tea. This is a tea by Celestial Seasonings. I don't know if it's available outside the United States. It's made in the US by Celestial Seasonings. It's called Sleepy Time. And it supposedly helps you sleep or relaxes you. I don't know. I just like the way that it tastes. Maybe it's psychological if it helps me sleep. The ingredients, where are the ingredients? Chamomile, or is it chamomile? I don't know. Spearmint, lemongrass, tilia flowers, blackberry leaves, orange blossoms, hawthorn, and rosebuds. I like the fact that it's all natural. There are no preservatives or anything like that. And it tastes actually really good. It's very soothing. And like I said, I can't tell a difference in me. Other people have told me that it does help them sleep, but I don't know. But this is the original. They did have a display at Walmart when I was there recently where they had other Celestial tea sleepy times. And in fact, somebody had posted a picture of one of them on Instagram. This one, Sleepy Time Vanilla, I did not even know existed. So I saw a picture of it on Instagram and I was keeping an eye out for it. And it's really good. This actually reminds me of cream soda. If you've ever had cream soda, it's like cream soda but not strong. But it's very smooth and tastes really good. And I very much like the Sleepy Time Vanilla. And then I also got one called Sleepy Time Sinus Soother because I do have sinus issues. Again, I don't notice any difference in my sinuses, but I like the way this one tastes. This one has chamomile, lemongrass, natural menthol flavor, and tilia flowers. Oh, and the vanilla one has chamomile, spearmint, West Indian lemongrass, natural French vanilla flavor, tilia flowers, blackberry leaves, orange blossoms, hawthorn, and rosebuds. So I don't know if they make me any sleepier, but I know they taste good. So that's my favorite thing this week. Sleepy time tea. If it does make you sleepier, if you have noticed, let me know because I would really like to know, if it's just a marketing scheme or whatever. But I like Celestial Seasonings anyway. Their peppermint is super good. They have a gingerbread tea that is really good. Those are the two that I usually get. Sugar cookie. They have a sugar cookie one. The gingerbread and sugar cookie, I mostly see those around the holidays, Christmas holiday, so I'm not sure if they have them out all year. I usually buy enough at Christmas to last me, for quite a while. So there we go. All right, that's my favorite thing. What I'm watching and reading Star Trek Next Generation. There's about to be a spoiler alert. So if you are thinking about watching Star Trek The Next Generation and haven't ever watched it, and you don't want to know what I'm about to say, then skip ahead a couple of minutes. But okay, Star Trek Next Generation. I'm watching through. I've watched them, I think I mentioned before, I've watched a lot of the episodes on TV, but I've never sat down and watched them all through. So I know things about it, but I don't know exactly, the storyline progression. And I knew that at one point, Jean-Luc Picard, Captain Picard, had been taken by the Borg and turned into a Borg. Um, and I had never seen that episode or whatever. And, I usually watch Star Trek and I'm knitting, and I actually really don't watch it. I more listen to it and occasionally glance up at the TV because it's that kind of a show where you can tell what's going on. You don't actually have to watch it intently. I mean, Doctor Who, I can't do that. Doctor Who, I am glued. I barely even blink. Don't blink. But I, with Star Trek, whatever. But this particular episode, I watched it, pretty intently. And there was one scene where Jean-Luc was laying on the table and the Borg were like operating on him, and a tear came out of his eye. And that really affected me. I'm not sure why. And that night, I had 3 dreams that I remember about that episode and all that kind of stuff. So that really must have triggered something in me. I don't know what, but it for me, the show Star Trek Next Generation, I think, is a pretty easygoing, lightweight show. I mean, I'm never nervous that something bad is going to happen when I watch that show. I'm never surprised when I watch that show. It's a pretty light sci-fi show. I mean, it's not something I would not let kids watch or anything like that, you know. So, I think it would have been better, this is my opinion, 20 years later, because this show's like 20 years old. Older than that, actually, like 23, 24 years old. I think it would have been better if they did that in 2 episodes. It was the end of season 2, the beginning of season, no, wait, the end of season 3, beginning of season 4. I think it would have been better if they would have dragged it out more. Like, maybe 3 episodes for it to be more serious. I mean, pretty much they get the captain back, they undo all his stuff, and he goes home and visits his family. He's fine. You know, now granted, I haven't watched coming up episodes, so I don't know if they're going to, you know, talk about it more or whatever. But I just thought that they really should have, for as serious as something like that is, I think they should have spent more time on it. That's my personal opinion. So, anyway, I hope I didn't ruin anything for anybody, but, you know, I mean, I already knew, and I've never really watched the show that religiously, but I knew that at some point he got taken by the Borg. I've seen pictures and on like Pinterest and stuff like that. So, okay, anyway, I'm also caught up on Downton Abbey. This coming up Sunday is actually the season finale for season 3, which is super surprising because their seasons are so short. They're like 7 episodes in the season, so it's, you know, unlike Star Trek, which has like 25, and it's taken me forever to get through one season. So I'm all caught up on Downton Abbey. Of course, I'm always behind on podcasts. That's just insert that every week at this point. I'm behind on podcasts. So, and I'm going to get even further behind because I'm only watching 3 a day. So, oh well, I can only do what I can do. Okay, we are going to have a shop update this coming Sunday. The shop is at sockbunnystudios.etsy.com. I have 4 colorways going in the shop this weekend, and these are almost dry. I dyed on, was it Monday or Tuesday? I don't remember. Tuesday, I think. And they're still, it's just been so, it rained all day yesterday. It's been so damp here. So this is a request that somebody made for a previous colorway that I had done called Hot Stuff. And it's a kettle dyed tonal. And I still have my extra ties on there. But so I will have 1 skein of this. This is on the sparkle base. It's not as bright as what you're seeing. Oh, that's perfect. See that lighting right there? That's what it looks like. So it's sort of it's not as orange as you're seeing right now. What you saw before was better. So it's on the sparkle base, which is called my sunshine base. So I will have 1 skein of that. And 1 skein of a new colorway that I came up with. And the name, I decided to name it something that was just a brainstorming type thing. I wanted to do a purple colorway because I love purple. And I love all colors pretty much. So, and my hair is all in my face. I wanted to do a purple colorway, and I was trying to think of something, you know, clever to go with purple. And then I was like, what rhymes with purple? And I remember when I was little, my dad used to say, roses are red, violets are purple, maple circle. No, that's not the name of the colorway. But I did decide the name of the colorway rhymes with purple. Because what rhymes with purple? Maple circle. So this is a kettle dyed. It's got like 4 different shades of purple in it. It looks way better than what you're seeing. The lighting is not that hot. It's more reddish than what you're seeing here. And when you see it in the shop, I'll try to get the photos to be more accurate. So that is called Rhymes with Purple. And that is on the Miracle base, which is the twisty base. Then I have, by popular demand, I have more motel curtains. This time I did it on the sparkle base because last time I had done it, I need to use the actual names, right? It's on my sunshine base, the sparkly base. Last time I had done it on the twisty base. And my extra ties are still in there, but this is motel curtains. And I did find the picture that I based this colorway off of. So this is the picture. This is from Better Homes and Gardens. And this was what I this was what I liked, the curtains in the picture. And so that's where the colorway was inspired from, and that's where it got its name, motel curtains. Although that's not a motel, but it just reminds me of, the motels in Kissimmee, Florida, near Disney World. And also, I had shown a few weeks ago the colorway. There's still two more in the shop called retro sunglasses, and this is the picture that the retro sunglasses was based off of. And then one more colorway that you've seen before many times, California Flamingos. I did 4 skeins in a DK. I haven't ever done DK before. This is, I haven't done this colorway in DK before. This is a very popular colorway for me. California Flamingos. It's pink and black. There we go. Kettle dyed. And there are going to be 4 skeins of that going up. So that, again, is the shop update that's going to be on Sunday, February 17th at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. I think that's it. Wow, I went longer than I thought, especially for having so little knitting. But I sort of went on and on about Captain Picard, didn't I? What's with me and Star Trek captains? First Captain Kirk and now Captain Picard. Have a thing for captains. What can I say? Okay, so that's it. We are going to close now. Thank you so much for watching and for putting up with my silliness. Don't forget to post your workouts in the February workout thread. Don't forget to post your pictures of your workout posters, and don't forget to sign up for the Easter swap. Like I said, I'm going to be drawing the names next Friday, the 22nd. So that's it. I hope you have a great week. Keep on crafting. Bye.